All right, so couldn't help myself, just got this in. This is the Buck 112 Ranger. I think that's what it was called. Nice box, little magnets in it. Oh yeah. Now the only Buck knives, I've never personally bought any Buck knives. I have a bunch. My dad had them. Now, so you get this leather belt sheath for the knife. That's not really something I'm interested in. And then you get some trash, good fire starter. Actually not really that good a fire starter. Now, Buck does have, lifetime warranty, and they are made in the United States. That's good, I like that. So here's the knife in this little case, or bag. Wow, it's nice. Man, it's heavy. I like it. Nickel bolsters. That'll contribute to the weight, and they're pretty thick. All right, here's the button. So the Ranger is automatic. Wow. This is magnacut steel, so that is what's that shit on there? Magnacut is in the super steel category. I have other knives that are, ooh, it's sharp. Wow. Wow. Oh my gosh. Dude. Man. I mean, you expect a knife to be sharp right out of the box, and even sharp knives that come sharp out of the box, that they are generally not this sharp. That is impressive. I like it. So, push button to deploy, lock back to close, fights you the whole way. It's good and strong. There's no play in this at all. Well, a little bit when you push down, but that's okay. Side to side, nothing. Look at that. G10 scales. It's really a nice knife. So I don't normally buy knives that don't have a clip. I'm a clip guy, especially with this bad boy. I'm not gonna wear this sheath. Now my buddy Doug told me about, he showed me his knife. He has the one with the brass bolsters and 420 high carbon steel blade. It's the same knife as this one, it's just this one is nickel with magnacut. So it's the premium version. I will be honest, I don't poo-poo 420 high carbon steel like a lot of snobs will do. I mean, I know what the charts say, I understand how it stacks up scientifically, but I also know how it actually performs real world, and the performance of 420 is great. Yeah, you lose your edge a little quicker, but my gosh, you sharpen it just as quick as you lost it almost, well, quicker than you lost it. I mean, they sharpen so easy and get so sharp. So, yeah, they rust, okay. So take care of them, and who cares? Knock the dust off the edge and keep going. 420 is underrated, really, by most people, and it's because they go by the charts. These premium super steels are overrated, in my experience. For one, it takes more work to sharpen them. For two, sometimes they're too brittle. And so when you're actually using the knife, maybe in an unorthodox way, it's not as forgiving. Well, people will say, well, then you shouldn't have been doing that. Man, it's in my pocket. I'll use it how I want, and I want it to hold up. So if it breaks, but another one with a different kind of steel might not have, then that's the one I should have been carrying, you know? But anyway, so here's how it stacks up to, let's see, here's the Benchmade Freak. Super Freak, actually. So, I mean, it is smaller dimensionally, but it is heavier. This axis lock. This knife, you know, this is a great knife. It's M4, but in the hand, it just, I don't know, it's a little more bulky dimensionally than what it really needs to be. This one feels great. I love this thing. So let's see. I always keep doing that. It's stupid. I'm just a habit. So, okay. Now let's do this. So there's that. So there's that. And then we've got the Benchmade. Now this one is S30V. This is a Benchmade. I can't remember what this thing is called. Campfire or something weird. Grizzly? I don't know. It has a gut hook on it. Now, I've been using this to cut rope and other things. It works great for that. So, and I really like this knife. I carry it most of the time. It's just really the perfect size. The one, I will tell you, there is a complaint about this knife, and I've been dealing with it. It's the only knife that it has play here, and when you slowly tighten up the pivot, in order to get it to where the play goes away, the blade won't actually close. It doesn't want to close. Like, it'll be, and I had it, I don't know, I found this like sweet spot where, I mean, it's got a little play right now. I don't like that. If I tighten it until that goes away, you won't be able to drop the blade like that. It'll just stay. I'll have to push it closed against my leg or against something. And for what, the Benchmade's lost their mind. They started charging a stupid amount of money for their knives. I mean, I think I'm done with Benchmade, honestly. Their knives didn't change. What changed? I mean, nothing changed to command that kind of a price. Anyway, Spyderco PM2. This is Maxamet, also made in the United States. Now, Spyderco's, I mean, they're unappealing as far as the way they look. I mean, it's like, come on, man, what's going on here? But the way they perform, I mean, when you got a knife down like this, I mean, all of the weight, just the way this thing is designed geometrically, it forces a ton of pressure in that cutting area. As far as performance goes, you probably won't find a better performing knife. Now, you'll probably disagree because, oh, you don't like Spyderco. Well, I mean, honestly, they are a little dorky, but I'm not going to take away the facts. The fact is, these are performing knives. They perform. Excellent quality, great knife, weird looking. And if you disagree, well, it just means you're wrong. So, you know, as far as steels go, you've got your super steel category, you've got your high-end steels, mid-range, budget, and then your tool steels. So 420 is considered a budget steel, but its performance is not in a budget category. That's the way I look at it. So my buddy's knife that he has, it's like this. It's not a crappy knife just because it has 420. In fact, if they would have offered this one with 420 rather than magnacut, I would have bought that one. So, but I wanted the nickel and the black scales. I have I didn't bring it with me, it's up at the house, but I have a Benchmade, it's called a backpacker. It's about the same size as this knife. Also did not come with a clip. And I had my buddy Chris drill a couple holes in it. I put a little titanium clip on it, and it's perfect. Now, it doesn't automatically deploy, and it doesn't have an axis lock. You can't open it with one finger. It's actually a folding knife, and it doesn't lock. But it's a great knife. It's S35. Anyway, I don't even know why I mentioned that knife. I guess I mentioned it because putting a clip on here is an option. Where would I put it? I would put it on this side. But I don't know that I will. Anyway, there it is. Buck 112 Ranger. They have the 110, but my gosh. As heavy as this one is, that thing would have been a brick. And it's considerably bigger. All right. Oh, I did it again. So stupid.